is about what I've been talking about for the past freaking year since I went to New York and I came back. I've been talking about this shit for the longest time. And it is basically manifestation techniques through breathing. So it's a breathing technique that I use to manifest tremendously. And I'm going to share it with you guys here. There's a few techniques to use, but I'm going to share the ones that I use that are most potent, that allow you to manifest like fast and also strong. So like you'll see your manifestations before your eyes and you'll see the speed of it from person, place, or thing. All right. So this is what you do. All right. So simple. It's real simple. And it's not even that difficult. It's real simple. And also these techniques will help you stop manifesting things that you do not want in your life. All right. As long as you follow the technique, you'll be fine. Cool. All right. So whenever you want to manifest something, all right, you use what is called the breath technique, because your breath is the first experience you have in this world when you come out of your mother. All right. It is the first experience you ever have. This is how you manifest greatly, because you're so connected to the experience that you're able to do things with it in a spiritual way. So what you do is you breathe when you're in an emotional state, or if you're feeling deeply about something. Let's say you want something really bad, right? You don't even have to think about it. You're just feeling strongly about it. You breathe in a deep breath, right? When you are in those emotional states, let's say when your partner comes to your mind and you're feeling real emotional, start taking deep breaths. And guess what happens? That manifestation of whatever you want or desire will start to come faster and stronger. Your partner will start texting you. You know, your money will start increases. You might get an unexpected check, right? Or your boss might sit you to the side and be like, you know what, hold on. I like how you presented this. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and follow through with what you was doing. I'm gonna go ahead and put you in this. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit more money for this project that we're doing right here, because I like how you kind of like, yeah, you know, the breathing techniques. You can do other ones as well, but I'm gonna focus on the deep breath one. So whenever you're in an emotional state or whenever you're feeling strongly about something, you want to breathe deeply and as much as you can. And the reason why is because you are acknowledging spiritually, because breath is spiritual, all right? You're acknowledging in the spiritual world, and whatever's in the spiritual world will definitely be in the physical world, because that's just law. And so what you're doing is you are bringing into reality through a very, very, how can I say? It's like the gateway. You're bringing in from the gateway your manifestation. So let's say I want to get this job, and I'm doing the application, and I'm feeling insecure about the application that I'm submitting. What I would do is I would minimize my breath. I wouldn't breathe as much. I wouldn't breathe like I'm feeling so nervous. I would relax my breath and be calm. And what this does is it slows down the manifestation of me not getting the job, because I'm in this emotional state of feeling insecure about the application. But when, let's say I'm sitting back with a friend and they're encouraging me about the application I submitted, and they're like, man, you got this job. I already know you got it. And you start to feel good about the application you did later. This is the time when you want to start breathing in deep breaths, because you're in this emotional state of, yeah, I got this job. And what happens is you will increase the speed of that manifestation, and you will magnify it. You might not just get that job. You might be the manager in that position, and you might get it the next day or within a week, because you use the breathing technique to breathe in that whole feeling that you were feeling and manifesting that here into existence, because your breath is the first experience you have when you are born. Okay? So there's a few techniques that you can use, all right, to manifest. All right. When it comes to breathing, you have rapid breathing, right? Where you breathe in and out really fast. What this does is it puts you in a state of a natural high. Like if you were smoking weed, but you're not smoking weed at all. When you breathe in and out real fast, you get into this state you get into the manifestation state. I call it the manifestation state. And when you're in this state, you'll be surprised. You'll almost, in this state that you get into, you'll almost see your manifestation already there. You'll be like, dang, I already got it. You'll be like, dang, I already have what I want because of this state, right? Now, the breathing technique I use is the deep breathing technique. That's one of my favorites. So when I'm feeling really good about something and I'm thinking about it, I breathe as deeply as I can. I hold it in as much as I can, and then I release it, all right? Don't worry about thinking about anything when you release it or none of that. Just release it into the universe, right? Give it to God. When you breathe it in and you let it go, give it to God. Say, God, this is what I want. But you do it spiritually. You don't talk about it. You breathe about it and you let it go. And guess what? God will already know because he knows how you feel. You can't hide your feelings from God. So what you do is you release those feelings through your breath, which is connected your breath is connected to everything because gravity, it binds everything to this earth. And your breath is no different. And so when you breathe out, it is connected to that magnetic pull. And that vibration you was breathing out gets sent into that magnetic pull. And this is how manifestation is it works because you are that specific magnetic pull. So it comes back to you because that was you in the first place. So you pushed it out and then it came back. You know what I mean? But it comes back and it comes back better. That's all it is. So whenever you're feeling good about something, you want to breathe in deeply. All right. There's other techniques you can do where if you're feeling good about something, you can rapidly breathe. Another technique I like to use to clear my mind, to start manifesting rapidly, is I'll breathe in deeply and then I'll breathe out of my nose instantly. I try to get all the air out of my nose like a bull, right? I'll breathe in real deep and then I push it out my nose as fast as possible. And what this technique does specifically for me, I wrote it down too because I kept doing it and I kept documenting how I felt. And what it does is it provides clarity on what direction you need to take for your manifestation, right? So certain breathing techniques help you manifest stuff by giving you clarity, and it just gives you the information you need straight from the breath, the breathing techniques. So I'll breathe in deeply all the way, and then I won't hold it in. I'll breathe in as much as I can, and then I'll push it out my nose as fast and as intense as possible. And then after that, I relax and I breathe normally. And what happens is it's going to be a little difficult for you to breathe because of the intensity. But then what you want to allow to happen is you coming back to that natural state of normal breathing. And what happens is when you do that, you start to realize the direction you need to be on anyway. Because what happens is when you do that, you sort of lose yourself in it. And then you come back to your center and you be like, you come back to your center, you're grounded. What you start to see happen is you know what to do. You know how to move. You know what to take care of. You know who to call. You know where to go. I do these things on a natural basis, on a daily basis. You know, I do these things in my own quiet corridors, breathing techniques, right? I get high without weed every day. I get high without smoking nothing. I don't do no drugs, no nothing. I just do breathing techniques and I get high of this. I don't even be getting high no more because I don't have the desire to get high no more because I have breathing techniques, and I don't even use the breathing techniques just to get high. I use them to manifest or to relax my body or to just relax. And these breathing techniques, I learned them from somebody. I learned them online, and I started trying to take them further. So there's some techniques that I sort of created my own, but they're branch offs of other techniques. But I kind of wanted to create my own thing here to make it a little bit more exciting for me, because I have a hard time following direction or following someone else's path or following someone's order. It's like, I have a hard time listening to somebody when it comes to a job. However, it's only after a while, and I'm not going to get too deep in that. It just takes me about 3 months to really get fed up with listening to a boss. Like after 3 months of listening to my manager, I don't want to listen to my manager no more unless my manager loves me. If I know my manager loves me, I won't care about listening to my manager. You know, that's it. My manager loves me. I love my manager, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And I had like 2 managers like that, and the one I loved the most. Her name was Sarah. She was the first manager that was a woman, and she was the best manager I ever had. Even though she got on my ass about doing things I wasn't supposed to do, she never fired me though. She never fired me, and she was there for me, and I'll never forget that. And one day she got on my nerves because I was about to leave and get another job with more money, but I didn't do it because I wanted to stick around for my manager because I love my manager. But then my manager ended up getting another job and leaving. So I was like, damn, sweetheart, what the fuck? Like, and you was crying because I was about to get a new job with triple the money. But you ended up leaving getting triple the money and I didn't get triple the money. It's like, oh, come on. But anyway, it don't matter. It don't matter. Yeah, I kind of got off topic with this video. Sweet. Hold on, let me figure out what the topic was. I forgot what I was talking about, but I'm getting better at not like forgetting what I was talking about. Let's see, where we at with it? Okay, breathing manifestation technique. So I'm about to go on my notes real quick and pull up these techniques and try to go through them real quick. If I got it on here. Hold on. Is it on here? Ever know? Yes. I got it. I got it right here. It's about to come up. Where is it? Come on, baby. I need you. Baby. I need you. Okay, so I couldn't find them, but I know it's here. But anyway. So I have the deep breathing technique, the rapid breathing technique, and then the intense breathing technique where you breathe out of your nose. Now, the deep breath technique is to fully embrace whatever you're trying to manifest and then releasing that, right? That allows your manifestation to come back to you in that strength, okay? The rapid breathing technique is how you come into the state of the manifestation high, right? When you do the rapid breathing technique, and you do that enough, you'll get into a natural high. You'll get into what I call the manifestation high. And in this state, right, if you're already feeling good about if you're already in a good vibration, in a good emotional state about what it is that you are trying to manifest or desire, and you get into this state, right? You will like be the manifestation will like come through you. It's almost like the manifestation will use you as a vessel, and it'll be birthed through you. So, for example, you might want some cake, right? You might want some cake so bad, and you want to go buy the cake, right? But let's say you do the manifestation technique and you go into the manifestation high, right? What happens is you'll manifest the cake by you making the cake, right? But this is just it'll naturally happen. You'll naturally make the cake yourself. But this is just an example, right? It can happen in any way, but this is just an example. You can manifest someone coming to your house with cupcakes. It might not be a cake, but they got cupcakes, and it's the same flavor that you was kind of looking for, right? And these things are possible. Right. Also, when you're in this manifestation state, it can heal your body greatly. When you're in this I call the manifestation state, but I like to call it the manifestation high too, because when you're in the state, you get real high. Right. But I'm gonna call it the manifestation state. Now, when you're in this state, your body manifests naturally. It manifests healing naturally. All right. It manifests, your mentality manifests in clear mentality. All right. So it rejuvenates your mentality naturally. I've tried this. It works. I'm trying to tell you, it's something great. All right. Let's see. It also heals your emotional state greatly. So if people have like hard times with their emotions, they get overwhelmed, this state will help you with this. It's a great thing to do. You know, when you see people with those paper bags back in the day, like a couple years ago, 20, 30 years ago, maybe, and they take the paper bag, they put it over their mouth and they breathe in the air and out over and over and over, and then they calm down. That's basically the same thing, but you're not using reused air. You're using new air the whole time. And that brings you into the state, the manifestation state. And what happens is, if you have certain ailments in your body and you periodically go into the manifestation state, those ailments, you'll manifest healing in those ailments. If you have Alzheimer's, you can help with Alzheimer's, right? If you have like like blood pressure issues or heart problems, oh yeah, if you got heart problems and all that, because my family, heart problems run in my family. The breathing technique, it helps you manifest better blood regulation, all that. And your body will start moving better and everything. I've already tested this out. I've already seen it happen with other people. I've learned from other people. I'm doing it myself. It's working wonders in my life. I don't do half the stuff I used to do. I don't even do no more because of just the breathing techniques, right? And I don't even want to smoke a cigarette. I can't believe I even smoked cigarettes in the beginning with. I can't. I feel so bad that I even thought about smoking a cigarette. But I remember why I started smoking cigarettes. It's because I was hanging around people at my first or second job, and it was kind of cool. And I was drinking a lot because I was a bartender. It was like my first, second job. I was a bartender. I was doing it, and everybody was cool, and we was vibing. I was like, these Marlboro Lights is hitting. You know what I'm saying? These Marlboro Lights with this motherfucking beer is hitting. Like, it just had a good connection. But I don't drink no more, really. I don't drink. Ain't nothing wrong with drinking. Ain't nothing wrong with smoking or doing none of that. It's just moderation, and you got to find your specific moderation. And I learned that from a few people online that I'm not going to mention, but moderation. But if you do these breathing techniques, you will find that you don't need any type of drugs or alcohol or whatever, because you will be getting that stimulus already. You'll be getting all this energy already. You'll be getting all the source and stuff you need, because really you get high off air. Like we get high off of air, oxygen. We do. We just don't know how we get, because it's so normal. You breathe so normal, right? Like if you're a person who smokes weed, right? If you're a person who smokes weed, you know how it feels to get high off smoking weed. So imagine if you started breathing air for the first time again, you would know how high you'll be getting, right? So another thing you can do is hold your breath. Hold your breath and then let it go. And then do that to the point where it's like, oh my God, I need some air, right? And that's kind of like how you get high, right? Because it's like the source of life almost to your body. It's like, if breathing air is the source of keeping you alive in some way, you gotta be damn sure that gets you high in some way. Come on now. So these breathing techniques will help you manifest, and that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on the breathing techniques helping you manifest, okay? Because these breathing techniques have been helping me manifest. And there's other techniques that help me manifest too that are much more secretive than these breathing techniques that I'm probably going to end up doing videos in other places like temples and mountains and stuff like that, just because I want to. So yeah, I already know there's a friend of mine who's doing a mountain walk. He's going to walk a mountain for 19 days or something like that. And I don't know how he's going to do it. He's not going to have a cell phone with him. He's gonna have is a backpack with like a sleeping bag and some gear, and then that's it. Nobody's gonna know how he's doing on the trip. He wants it just like that. He wants to go walk this whole mountain, and he doesn't want no contact with nobody but himself, because he said it's some type of spiritual thing that he's doing. And it's like a real spiritual thing. I can't understand it, but hey, I think it's awesome, And it kind of inspired me a little bit. Like, honestly, that what he said was very inspiring to me. And I don't think I've expressed how inspiring that was. I kind of just was like, that's pretty cool. But I didn't really express to him how inspiring this mountain walk. And you know what? He's actually doing that mountain walk now, because I believe he's doing that mountain walk now, because we were talking about that last year. He said this year, he's going to do that mountain walk. I think it was around this time, but I'm not too sure. I haven't talked to him in a while. But anyway, the breathing techniques will help you manifest not only faster, but it will help you manifest things in more abundance as well. So you'll notice that you'll start to get more than what you asked for. Your manifestations will be much greater than what you thought they would be. All right. And they'll come quicker, right? Like you'll start noticing that people hit you up more, or certain things are happening around you faster or different, or just shaking in your favor because you're using these breathing techniques, right? It's almost like taking a part. It's almost like taking a part of you and releasing it to the world and saying, "Hey, look, this is what I want." And you're showing that, and you're giving that, and you're releasing that vibration. You're contributing to the universe. And that contribution is not going unnoticed. And so that's how that comes back. There's a couple of techniques that I want to talk about. I put them all in my notes, and I was practicing on these things, and I was doing these things. And I started to see the results. And it, not to say it's scary, but it's almost like, is this real? Like, is that actually real for this to actually work? Because all my life I wanted something like this to work. I wanted like a cheat code or something. And it's not necessarily a cheat code. It feels like a cheat code. It's just natural. It's natural. It's a natural thing that's going to feel like a cheat code because, it's just, it's not normal. It doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel regular. Right. I can't find none of my stuff, my notes. For some reason, I can't find none of my notes on the breathing techniques that I had here, and it was a lot. But I know where it's at. I know where they are. It's just in a different. Cause see, I be trying to like make sure all my stuff is not gonna get lost, and I put it all over these different places. But anyway, I'm just gonna end it off with like a few breathing techniques that I know to be true and what they can benefit you for. If you have a problem with knowing how to go about things or direction, right? What you want to do is you want to do the intense breathing technique. And what this will do is it will force your mind to focus on how you feel, right? And at the same time, it releases everything that you are feeling, right? And in this state, you feel lost or you feel empty. And what happens is your natural energy starts to fill you back up, AKA you start to get curious again about life because your curiosity is really your direction if you didn't know, right? But what this does, it allows you to feel your curiosity at a very raw state, right? At a very point, like it's almost like you have a better reference point to what you're curious about, right? And then, yeah, that kind of like just works out for you right there. And this is how you find direction in life, what you need to do right now, or what's most important to you right now. And when you let all that go instantly, you have this clairvoyant energy, right? You also, not energy, you have this clairvoyant mind as well. So you'll notice when you release all this air intentionally from your nose or your body, usually through your nose, you find that your mind is much clearer because the thoughts were all catering to this intense breathing technique. And so once you let all that out, it's almost like you're letting all those thoughts in your mind go. And your mind is clear for the duration. And you're able to think clear. You're able to relax. Okay? Now, that's one of the techniques. It's called the intense breathing technique, where you breathe in and you blow it out. All right. Now, the second technique is the rapid breathing technique. All right. And this technique produces a manifestation state. Okay. I guarantee if you try this technique, you will feel the manifestation state physically. Okay. All you do is you breathe in and out over and over until you start to feel like it's almost like you're feeling lightheaded. And once you feel a little bit like that, you want to stop and breathe normally. And what this is called is the manifestation state. When you're in this state, right, you manifest rapidly, naturally. You don't have to do nothing. You're in this manifestation state. And what happens is your body starts to heal. Your mentality and the way you think about things, your psychology starts to heal, all right? Your body, like your heart, your blood pressure, all that stuff. You can even lose weight by doing these techniques as well. Okay. And there's a couple other benefits that I don't really have on the top of my head because I wrote it all down because I was practicing them and I haven't really got this information out. But yeah, this technique is really good for manifesting healing in the body, in the psyche, all right? Emotional healing. I meant to say that as well, because when you do this technique, it alters your emotions, right? Like, when people get high and they smoke weed and it alters their state. With the breathing technique, it does that naturally alters your emotions, allowing you to get into a different state of reference. All right. So that way you can feel different about your situation. So when you feel normal about your situations, AKA sober, you have a different level of awareness and also some wisdom there, a little bit of wisdom, through the contemplation of that whole state. So this is the rapid breathing technique that really allows you to manifest healing at a rapid rate. That's as far as I've gotten with that technique. So we have the deep, intense breathing technique. We have the rapid breathing technique. And then we also have there's a few more techniques, but this one, the deep breathing technique. So this one, I started off with doing this one right here. So let's say you feel really strong. Let's say you see a necklace, or let's say you see something you like and you feel really good about it. Like, I love this, right? What I do is the moment I feel good about it like that, I breathe in as deep as I can and I hold it. I hold it as long as I can, like holding my breath, like if I'm underwater, and I hold it. And I hold it as long as I can. But I make sure the moment I feel, not the moment, but if you can catch yourself in that feeling, that's when you want to breathe in as deep as you can and hold it as much as you can. And then when you can't, let it go. It's similar to the intense breathing technique, but the intense breathing technique is purely to manifest mental clarity, direction, and this direction is going to help you manifest what you want because you're going to be moving in that direction. But this is allowing you to breathe in that experience and hold on to it. And what it does is it allows you to bring in that manifestation in the form of you keeping it, right? And allowing you to release what you don't need from it. So it's almost like you'll see what you want come into physical form. And then, like all good things that you get, you have to do a little bit of sacrificing in order to keep, But anyway, that's just my analogy and hypotheticalness on it. So this is the breathing techniques. There's more to it. I'm just doing part 2 or whatever. If this resonates, like the video, comment below. I don't get much comments, but I like some comments. I like some love. Send me some love, some likes or whatever. I say a lot. I noticed that. There's a couple things that but yeah. Until next time, Brandon Starter here, and I will see you later. Peace.